This video is a little bit different to what I usually do. I decided to challenge myself to see how quick I was able to get the termite axe, which is a tier 3 item, which should be like, what, almost end game. To craft the termite axe, all these items on screen you need here, mash them together into a workbench, and ta-da, you got the termite axe. And just before we start the video, if you guys are able to just hit that sub button, I'll really appreciate it. We're almost at 500 subs. It's actually kind of a big milestone, which is actually pretty cool. And make sure you comment down below in the comments what speedrun challenge I should do next. Let me know. With that out of the way, onto the video. The game is set on medium difficulty, and Hoops is our character. And timer starts the second we move our character. So now, at the very start, I just went around, collected some basic resources and food as I'll need it straight away. Went to a field station, grabbed some granola bars for in case of emergency, and then researched plant fiber, pebblet, as well as some sprigs. And then made myself the pebblet spear and the pebblet axe. And then I chopped down some clover leaves as I would like that for armor for extra protection so I don't get one shot. And then got myself a dandelion tuft, which I would never use. And then discovered another field station, which I researched grass planks, so then I was able to make some grass half walls to scale up to the upper yard. Next to the upper yard ascent, I cut down some grass to get some of their planks, and then used the grass half walls to jump over this cracked explosive, making it easy access to the upper yard. And then cut down some more grass for the planks as well to scale even higher to the upper yard. While I was up here, I grabbed some thistle needles for the spiky sprig for the bleed effect, and then made myself the entire clover set using a workbench, as well as the spiky sprig and a bunch of spears. And then tested out my spears on a ladybird larva, which honestly, the amount of damage these things do is stupid. This is a tier 1 doing chunks to a ladybird larva. And then looted the corpse, getting 1 tough gunk out of the 4 I needed. And then made my way to the termite den to kill some termite soldiers for their chompers. And once again, just it does too much damage for a tier 1 item which can be crafted with like barely any resource. It needs to be fixed. I then went over and looted it and needed 1 more chomper to complete the axe. So I got my spear, threw it over at this termite, completely missed. So I went to the den, then I was like, nah, stuff that, I ain't going in there. And then I got greeted by so many termites on the way out, and then ran away, and then singled out a termite soldier, and then took him out quite easily. Once I killed him, I then looted him and got enough chompers for the termite axe, so no more termites need to be killed. My next objective was to get a black ant shovel to get some crow feathers by digging up some buried treasure. So I did a little parkour trick here, and made my way to this plate which had a bunch of black worker ants and soldier ants. After killing way too many worker ants, I had enough parts needed. I just needed the chompers now, which I need from the black soldier ants. So after missing once again too many spears on this guy, like this is just embarrassing now, I then resorted to using my spiky sprig, killed him, and got just enough parts needed for the black ant shovel. Okay, so perhaps I lied and I did use a dandelion tuft just to get to this stump here. Went to the field station, researched the black ant parts and the termite parts, so I now had the black ant shovel recipe and the termite axe recipe. I crafted the black ant shovel, and then I killed a ladybird larva, getting 3 out of the 4 tough gunk I needed. I then decided to make a little bed to sleep to get to morning. In the morning, in this little divot, I placed my workbench here. Hopefully there's like no buried treasure under it that like I'll spend way too long trying to find anyway. As I was waiting for the sun to rise, I killed another ladybird larva and got all the tough gunk I needed for the termite axe. It was just now the crow feathers. The reason why I went to bed and waited till morning, because in the morning it shimmers just like you saw in this video where the buried treasure is hiding, because at nighttime it does not show the shimmer. And these buried treasure have a chance to have crow feathers, and this one didn't have any, sadly. So then I spent, I think, 5 minutes or something like that trying to find some. It did take a while. It's completely RNG as well, this stuff. I then decided to backtrack where my workbench was, and then I was like, there's no way there is a chest here. No way this has the crow feathers in it, right? Like there's no way I placed it on top. There's crow feathers in here. And then quickly made a workbench and made the termite axe and finished the time at 22 minutes and 48 seconds and 69 milliseconds. Nice. And that marks it's the end of the video. If you guys like to try a speedrun yourself and try and beat my time, just make sure when you upload the video you at me in the description or something like that so I get notified that you've done it, and I'll be gladly happy enough to give you the crown. Of course I'll try beat the time that you've done, and if not, the crown's all yours.